Hey, it's John from Adults Have Toys Too. I just got a box with a new toy in the mail. Let's check it out.
Hey, that was a quick intro, but I'm pretty excited. I've been searching for a camera for a little while now, and I finally settled on the Fujifilm XT4. So I have not opened this yet. I just kind of pulled the shipping labels off. Let's go ahead and get inside. Let's see what we got. Hopefully none of my info is immediately visible on here. Yep, there's my receipt. And there's the camera. That's a sizable box. And I also picked up a lens. So let's pull the lens out. Got the 35mm f2 weather-resistant lens.
Well, hold on here for a second. I think we might need some technical jargon with John. The two numbers on this box that actually matter are going to be 35mm and f2. Now, the 35mm refers to the focal length of the lens, which pretty much is how big the image is on the sensor, so the zoom. The other number is going to be f2, which is the maximum aperture of the lens, how much light the lens will let through, and it also affects things like depth of field.
All right, it was a little bit too awkward to get out of the box on camera, but here it is. The Fujifilm XT4 with the 16 to 80mm f4 OIS lens. The box doesn't actually have any images of the camera on it, though it does tell me that it's the silver variant. The rest of it is all the same all the way around. So let's get right to it. This is the first time I'm seeing it, just as you are. Here's the camera app, how to download that. Inside we've got some documentation, sizable manual, free software, stuff, registration. Fujifilm wants to get it back before you decide to return it. And got a manual in 2 different languages. More paperwork. Exciting. Join the Fujifilm X series community. Exciting. Caution. The battery is not charged, so we'll have to charge this thing up. Let's see what we got here. First box. This feels like a lens. That's exactly what it is. Let's open that. Ooh. I'm gonna put this aside, see if there's anything else in here, and we'll get to the products in a second. Nope, looks like just the lens. And the next part of the box, there is the camera. We'll get to that. And the accessories package. Oh, look at that. So we have it looks like a USB-C to USB-C charging and data cable. We have the battery, which is part of the reason why I chose this over the XT3. This is supposed to be a much longer lasting battery. I have the American power connector that goes with the power adapter. So those should just pop together. It's a USB-C adapter. Looks like there's no battery charger. You'll have to charge the battery directly in the camera. The dongle for the headphone jack. So there is no headphone jack, just like most modern phones. You have to use a USB-C to 3.5mm adapter. And the strap, which I will potentially be using, but I did grab another accessory that I'll show in a little bit. And before we get to the rest of the stuff, let's go ahead and open the other box that was in there, which is the 35mm prime lens. Looks like we have a storage pouch. No, this is a, oh yes, storage pouch. Product registration, of course, warranty stuff, and there it is in silver to go with the camera. Since we're here, we'll work our way back. So we'll start with the compact prime lens. There it is, silver color. Aperture ring, ooh, nice little clicks, all the way down to f2. Focus. Lens cap. Little 43mm opening there. And a little lens hood. Get you out of there. There we go, little lens hood. Which just goes on like that. And could put a lens cap still on. Okay, and here is the lens that came with the kit. This is an upgraded lens over the basic kit. Ooh, a bit heavier than the other one. Considerably larger. There's our aperture ring. Again, nice little detents. It goes all the way to f4, and it should be able to hold f4 throughout the zoom range. And then 16mm all the way out to 80mm. Of course, this is on an APS-C crop sensor, so it's a little bit more range than that suggests. A focus ring up front, and a much larger 72mm opening up front. But let's get to the camera. Oh, wait. Lens hood. There we go. But now what I'm really here for. The XT4. Let's get this out of here. There it is. Now, compared to the XT3, this is supposedly bigger and heavier. Though I'm actually very surprised with how light this feels. Flippy screen, which is new for the XT4. Dials. Put it together, see how it feels. I'll do a more in-depth look in a little while. Now, how's that for your retro-styled, emoji-looking camera?
Okay, ready for a very quick tour of the silver Fujifilm XT4? Autofocus modes, remote connector, programmable button, lens release, light for autofocus, selector that turns and pushes. Over here on this side we have two doors, one with USB-C that doubles as a headphone jack, micro HDMI, and up here we have a microphone in and a remote connector. On back we have the delete button along with the review button, autofocus button, we have another selector that turns and pushes, quick select menu button, auto exposure lock, joystick, directional pad, menu button, back button, flippy screen, mode selector, stills and movie modes. Come around to the next side, we have dual SD card slots. Up top, ISO dial, shutter speed dial, exposure dial, programmable button, power, shutter button, focus for the electronic viewfinder, hot shoe. On the bottom, connector for battery grip, tripod mount, and last but not least, battery.
So that was a quick unboxing. But how can I unbox a camera without giving you a look at what the footage looks like? One thing I'll tell you, it's not like this. I still have the camera right here. This is actually the camera I've been using, and I just wanted to put it up and have you take a look at it before I throw this one on so we can see if there's any differences. And if there are, how big are they? So, well, let's take a look. All right, there's the new camera. I tried to keep the settings similar, but it's a different class of camera, different sensor size, so there's going to be some differences. What do you think? I'm not going to go into the details. I'm going to do some more camera-related videos coming up fairly soon, but I just wanted to give you an eye through the lens, because it's not fair to open up a camera and not get a look through the lens. Here are the first couple of stills that I took, just pulling the camera out of the box, pointing it at somebody, and snapping the shutter. There's a lot of settings on this camera, and I haven't really gotten too deep into those settings yet. But as you can see here, even just using it like a point-and-shoot camera is pretty impressive. I pretty much bought this only for video, but this is definitely going to replace my stills camera for vacations and things like that as well. So if you want to see more about this camera and a few others, go ahead and subscribe. But until next time, never stop having fun.